Hey everybody, Popeye here. It is May 6th. It is getting crunch time for leaving for my Transamerica Trail ride across the country with YOLO, a former 2022 thru hiker. So I'm finally getting around to doing my video because, as usual, you think you have everything, but you don't. I don't have everything for this, but we're just going to go over what I do have and go from there. And normally you do a big three when you go hiking, which is usually your backpack, your sleeping system like tent, and your sleeping bag or whatever you're going to sleep with. In this case, since I'm riding cross country on a bike, we're going to eliminate the backpack. So this is number one of the big three. 2023 Trek Checkpoint ALR5. For those who want to know, 54 centimeters. Normally I'm a 52, but I like the bigger bikes. This I purchased from Bicycles International's Venice, Florida. My friends Wesley and Darlene Culpepper shipped that up to me, and I get a discount from them. So they took care of me on that. I did get the Schwalbe Marathon Plus tires through Liberty Cycles in Deering, New Hampshire. Dennis and his wife and I think a brother, they crossed the country on a triple bike, and that thing's hanging up on his wall. That's a monster. I am going tubeless. I did purchase, I went from the 24 spoke stock rims to 32 spoke rims from Norm Cycle Shop in Keene, New Hampshire. And then when I was across the street at Alpine Bike Works, also in Keene, New Hampshire, they did the taping. So my rims are set for, as I said, tubeless. Also over at Liberty Cycles, they put that extended high-rise stem right there, which is great because now I can, ride more vertical. It's not hard on the back. I did just add this little extender, which is going to have my camera mount and my flashlight, because trying to put everything around the handlebars is not going to work. I just had this padding that I did get from Bicycles International. That's a little, I think it's Mosisu bag I got from Amazon. It seemed to be ready to go. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to put there, tools or snacks or maybe my maps. These are Durston Z-Flix tent poles, which I got for my tent, so I don't have to carry my trekking poles. I did add these straps and this rubber rope, if you want to call it. There was a strap on one side, and I cut it off, and I cut it, and I sewed it, seam sealed everything. So that's going to hold my tent poles there. Did add some fenders, as you can see there. The back one's currently not on because I broke it trying to fit it in that box, and I have it glued up with some JB Weld, and that's taking care of that. Do have a little center box. Normally I was going to put my phone in here, but I'll probably put snacks in here. My phone I'm going to be using for video recording. I got rid of the GoPro. There's too many cons for my liking versus pros, and I'm eliminating an extra step. I did buy this Brooks seat, which is leather. It's supposed to be form-fitting and all that good stuff. I went with my wife's Bontrager panniers for the back. She doesn't mind me borrowing them. Picked up on Facebook Marketplace this Rock Brother trunk. And let me tell you, the straps for this and the straps for that pretty much match in the same location. So securing that is a little bit of a pain. And I was going to put my clothing in these, and I'll show you my front panniers after, and put my tent and sleep system in the front panniers, but because these are staying on, it's too much of a hassle to take them off. I am going to use these for my tent and sleep system stuff. I'm not going to be taking inside if I'm staying somewhere. This is just one of my Rock Brother front panniers. I think it's like 2 liters. Waterproof, but I'm gonna put my clothes in here because these come right off. It's just like a snap, very easy to come off. So I'll use those when I have to go into a hostel or a warm shower house or whatever I'm doing where I need my clothes. This is my rear fender. You can see where it broke on me. I have since JB welded it, which I am a big fan of JB Weld. So I think I'm going to keep it off for shipping and put it on after. We're going to assemble the bikes in the Portland International Airport because there is a bike assembly station there, which we're going to take advantage of. Alright, the original plan was to put the bike stand here with the bag. That gets in the way. So I've zip tied it here and here. Those are the things my son made, along with these orange pieces. So it looks like right there will work. I don't think it'll be in the way of my fender. It's not going to be in the way of cranking. And then I can also do this. Tighten that up. I may just put my rain jacket up on top there, but that should work. That way I can easily get to it. Couple of twists. And then, you know, the bike is leaned. Voila. Speaking of boxes, this is a huge box I got. Not your standard bike box. Now, the standard bike box is way over here that I got as well, which is a smaller one. And I wanted a bigger one so I didn't have to take fenders off and stuff. And ironically, they both weigh just under 10 pounds. So I'm going to try to fit everything in a small one simply for convenience. But if not, I'll take the big one. Now is the other part of the big three is my XMID Pro 2 Dyneema tent I purchased. I use that for my long distance hiking. It goes with those poles that are on the front of my bike. So that's going to be what I sleep in. It's just here, right next to it. It's just it's an old sleep pad. I can't sleep on these anymore. I use this for a sit pad, or I put it in front of my tent when I go in at night. Put my shoes there if they're wet, keep everything dry inside. This sleeping bag is not what I'll be taking, but just showing you for size, this is a Kelty 20-degree mummy bag I've been using. I actually shipped my 30-degree sleeping bag to my buddies in North Carolina, and he has someone that's putting a full-length zipper on it for me there. I could not find anybody here to do that, so they're doing that. So basically I'm going to take this bag and put that sleeping bag in it. So this is just a pack cover. Outdoor products, it looks like, that we use for hiking, but we don't use it anymore, so I'm going to use that to go over the back panniers. Even though I waterproof them, I don't know if that's going to be 100%, so I will take that to go up and over. Here's the thing with fun with logistics of planning this. I purchased for like $3 at a Goodwill store this bag. It's going to be a disposable bag to throw away once I got there. It was going to carry stuff I couldn't put in the box. The problem with the boxes and the bikes is the airline has a 50-pound weight limit. So just with the bike and the box alone, it puts you pretty close to that. So we need a different plan. So we came up, this was the plan B. So I got this for $2 at a thrift store. It's got a hole in the bottom. This will be a disposable one. I think I'm going to take my maps so we can go over the maps. I'm going to take all my batteries, stuff that has batteries in it that you can't put in your stow on board luggage. So I'll take this. This is no problem dumping this when I am done. But the biggest thing we came across is we're going to each pony an extra $45 to do another check bag. And I'm going to dispose of this. We've had it for years. It's got a broken zipper now, so instead of going to a Goodwill store and buying something, this thing is going to make its last trip to Portland. So I'm going to put everything in there that I can't fit in that box, because we have a long layover. I do not want to carry stuff around in the airport except for that little backpack. Alright guys, and here's the fun part. We'll go over some of this stuff. The one thing I want to mention that I am missing, it is a sewing kit. I am going to get a sewing kit made. But here are my electronics. There's a double charging block, 3 cords, 2 of the USB-Cs, and this one I believe is a USB-B, because that goes to this little handy thing, Nebo. This is Nebo Light. You get it like Home Depot or any hardware store, and I've had these. They clip right to your helmet, not your helmet, but your baseball hat, and this I'll be using like at night, or if I just need to walk around with it, even though I could use that, which is a Knight Rider headlight. I've had these for years. This one's relatively new. I did a test on it. Goes over 7 hours on a charge, so I'm good with that. This is just a little fun thing I'm going to put in my bike somewhere. So like I told my riding partner, always think like a thief. And if someone tries to steal my bike, not going to happen. This is a little belt that doesn't work. There we go. Putting that on that little handlebar extension. This is a Flextail air pump that I use for blowing up my air pad. It weighs about the same as the pump sack they give you, so why not take this? I use that for hiking and I love it. This is my Kuspo bike computer that I'm going with. I had the iGPS Sport one. I did not like that, so I traded that in, got rid of that. These are just some earbuds I'm going to use, not necessarily for riding, but for editing my videos. It's my iGPS Sport tail light. It has an app you go with. You can do all kinds of things with it. And it supposedly has a radar where it can let you know a car's coming. This is an iQor 10,000 milliamp charger. I have 2 of them. I just recently bought this because I'm taking my wife on a hike, so we're each going to have one. I'm only bringing one because there's so many places to charge. I think I won't need that, the extra one. These are 2 little sand discs that go on the end of my phone. When I'm done recording and uploading videos and pictures, they will get stored in this, so I keep the space on my phone freed up. I haven't quite decided whether to go with pedals or clips. Clips, pedals, pedals, clips. So I'm stealing my wife's pedal clips. She has a mine. So when I drive to North Carolina, I have a decision to make on whether I'm going to use these or pedals. This is my mount for my phone. It actually works pretty well. When my phone's in this position, I can video in front of me, and I can easily take it out by that clip on top to do handheld videos. This is also a tripod, which I'll use for those epic stellar shots, and we're going to do ours at the same time so no one's stopping too many times. Toolkit, everybody needs that. Thing's heavy. This little, from the makers of the Swiss Army knives, I actually bought this for hiking, but it's got a little bit of everything in here, including a super sharp pair of scissors, which I'll use for, you know, toenails and stuff. This, I thought I lost on my long trail hike last year. Come to find out, when I put my tent up, it was inside. This is a little Gerber multi-tool. I don't want to bring one of them big ones. I don't think I'll need them. I am bringing a lock. More tools here. This is like an Allen wrench that actually goes onto the bike, the wheel. Wrench, a couple other tools for helping to assemble. Extra valve stem, extra screws in case I lose something. And these for taking the tire off. This is a repair kit, patch kit, even though I'm going tubeless. This is a tubeless patch kit. It's kind of like what you do with a car when you get a nail in it. Same principle there, but I am bringing one inner tube just in case. Zip ties are mostly for when I wrap my bike up, but I am going to bring extra in case something falls apart. I am bringing my Sawyer Squeeze water filter because I know there's some stretch where there's some rivers and I don't want to be without water. My stove is my little BRS pocket stove that I use on all my hikes. Comes in that pouch. I have a 750 milliliter titanium pot, which I use for my hikes. That is most of my stuff is hiking stuff I'm bringing with me. This will go inside, put the gas can in. Can't carry the gas on the plane, so that'll go in there. And my titanium spork. Fingers crossed on this item. I swore when I was on the AT I was going to take notes, and it stopped after a couple of weeks. So I know YOLO takes meticulous notes, so I'm hoping it will hold me accountable. I want to take notes on expenses, people I meet, so when I write that epic novel after. Pair of cheater glasses. And a pair of sunglasses. Now these are just cheap sunglasses, like $14, but they're like safety glasses. I don't care if I lose them. They wrap around so they keep the bugs out of your eyes, and they're polarized, so they work really well. Like I said, they're disposable. I'm not too concerned. Carrying 2 bottles that I have from home on me, and on the bottom of my bike is a place for a 3rd bottle. That's going to have to be a Gatorade type bottle, because it's anything longer, it's going to hit the front fender. Little handy dandy device. If it gets past TSA, I will keep that with me for, you know, motorists, I don't know, or wild dogs in Kentucky. If you ever touch this sucker off, it is deafening. For sleeping, this is my Zen Bivy inflatable pillow. It's super light, super comfortable. I added another one of these stretch cords on it so it stays on my pad, because the problem is these things like to fall off your pads, and it makes for a long night of sleep. This is my Nemo Tensor regular wide. I am a big fan of them. The company takes good care of you. I've just ordered 2, one for me, one for my wife while we go hiking. So we each have brand new ones. I just need to take the pump sack out because I don't need that. You can see here, there's my list of things I'm going over. Always making a list and checking it twice. Bug net. Definitely bringing a bug net because, you know, bugs. I'm bringing this Sea to Summit dry bag. I think it's 2 liters. This is what I put my food in when I go hiking. And depending on where we're staying, if we stay in our tent somewhere, I want to be able to have the ability to put whatever food I have either in a bear vault or do a bear hang. And with that, this is my bear hang bag. It's just a long bit of super strong string with a carabiner that I will use to hang that bag. And here's a super lightweight, maybe half-pound umbrella. Haven't decided if I'm going to take that or not, but it might come in handy if I'm at camp at night and it's raining out. Here's my sport towel. I've taken this for years. It's lightweight. I use it for everything from my tablecloth to eating my food on to wiping condensation off my tent. In here are all the maps of the states I'll be going through. YOLO had this idea. Instead of buying the maps you can buy for the trail, we have the maps on the computer and also on our phones. We got these from AAA. We're both AAA members, so they give them to you for free. So if you can see in yellow, this is Virginia, where we'll end. We have the map marked out, except where I messed up there. And what I do put in there, if you can see those green dots, those are places for the warm shower people. If you want to Google that, it's basically people who volunteer their houses for cyclists going across the country. So we're going to be staying the first night in a warm shower house. So basically I've marked whereabouts they are, so if we want to coordinate to try locating one before we head out for that particular section, we can do that and be a little more efficient. Okay guys, for my hygiene stuff, may or may not be the complete set, but I'll give you an idea. We'll start over here. These are dehydrated baby wipes, which I carried on the AT and my long trail through hike. They're awesome. Just add a little cap full of water. They're super durable. I use them to wash myself at night, keep myself clean. And speaking of keeping myself clean, I'll be taking this again. This is good. You barely have to use a little bit, but one of the good features is it keeps mice away. So I take my rags at night and put them by my tent. But it's peppermint, and it's supposed to, you know, I think it helps keep the bugs off here, but it feels real good at the end of a hot day when you wash down with that. This is a cork ball for rolling my feet out. I actually found a bigger one. It was like $5 at a craft store, and I've since carved it down to fit my foot for rolling my foot at night. This is just a little vaporizer inhaler. I don't want to carry a big spray bottle of nasal spray because allergies and stuff, so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna throw a razor in from where we're at people's houses. I get a chance to shave. My wife got me this, I think, for Christmas, so yeah, you kind of know what that is. It's super heavy, but I'll be using probably every ounce of that. A little Neosporin, which I wish I had taken on my long trail hike because I was a suffering person at the end of that one. My travel toothbrush fits right in the little case there. It's really cool. Now the controversy item I'm taking, which I did not take, I don't take on my hikes. I am going to take a little bit of deodorant. So not that much, but it's not on my back. I'm not carrying it, so it's on the bike. I will take that. And as usual, some hand sanitizers when you're using those porta potties. Yeah, I got norovirus coming back from trail days, and that's no fun. Sunscreen, that's a must-have. For my first aid kind of kit, I take a lot of K-tape because you can do all sorts of things with that. Make bandages, wrap yourself. So I'll take that instead of band-aids. I will take a couple of pads, just cause. This is just for if you're in places where there are people that are snoring. Yeah, you know how that goes. And speaking of dehydrated, these are dehydrated toothpaste tablets. I take these hiking, you just pop them in your mouth, chew them up with some water, brush your teeth. So, super lightweight, and always toilet paper, aka TP, simply for emergency purposes only when we're out in the woods. There's my bike helmet I've had for a while, Bontrager. I think I got that from Bicycles Internationals. Be sporting a do-rag under that on occasion. This is one of my hiking wool hats, beanies. I'll bring that for warmth. Finger gloves to go inside my fingerless gloves. It gets a little chilly. I have wool gloves. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring those or not. And Giro gloves I just picked up. You're going to notice the theme of my color in riding. I want to be highly visible. And I also have these latex gloves. And no, I won't be doing dishes. Or I could, you never know. But that is to protect your hands from the rain while keeping them warm. That is the gloves with my fingerless gloves under them. And going with my high visibility theme, I should be visible in the rain. And that definitely came from Bicycles International, which is my helmet mirror. A little dirty, but it'll work. Oh, and my Popeye bandana goes with me everywhere. That is my trail name. So, and I will be going by that name throughout the trail. So people looking for me, or hey, where's Popeye? They'll find me. Oh, and here's something a little comical, but it's all good. I wanted a flag for the back of my bike. Two-sided. And that never happened. So the company out of Cape Coral, Florida is sending me another one. And I asked for a bigger one. No grommets this time because the grommets are just super huge. This I got to figure out how to put on the back of my bike because I really have no way I can put a rod. And I'm going to try that though. And to go along with this whole Popeye theme, I'm going to do something crazy this year. I've ordered, and I have 100 of these stickers that I am going to pass out to people that help us along the way or meet us or who want one. So, you know, if I can get them all to subscribe and click like and all that nonsense with YouTube, maybe I get YouTube to pay some of my adventures someday. So, what the heck? It's all in the marketing, people. All in the marketing. All right, we'll start with our closing sort of aspect. These are my Shimano shoes. Actually, these are for mountain biking. I have road shoes, but I like these better. So if I go with the clips, I'm going to go with those. If I just go with pedals, I'm going to go with these. These are my Topos. I use these for hiking as well. Breathable. Wicking if they get wet. And then for camp, just an old pair of flip-flops I have. That should do the trick for shoes. For warm weather gear, I am taking my tried and true Columbia 600 fill puffy jacket with a hood. This survived the Appalachian Trail, the Long Trail, and all my other hikes, West Coast Trail. She's an oldie and a goodie. I had to patch her. She's falling apart. This may be her last trip, but it has served me well and kept me warm. So it's lightweight, so I am taking that with me. And it serves as a pillow if your inflatable one pops. So for rain jacket, the Columbia rain jacket, I really wanted to find a yellow one, but going through like reviews online, Amazon, all that, I always go at the bottom reviews and they all seem to not be good. So the same place I got this outlet, a couple towns over, I picked this one up, but I definitely wanted the yellow one for visibility. So I happened to go into a local outfitter. I was looking for a pair of shorts and a tent patch kit. And I asked the lady there, do you have any cycling jackets in yellow? And she says, no, I don't. So I just walked around and went over to the industrial safety section, and this is what I found. Lo and behold, a yellow rain jacket that fits me. And when I saw that logo, I knew I had to get it. And if anybody who's watching that's a hiker, you know what that logo means, because you probably had Frogg Toggs on your hikes. So now I am high vis. I go with my yellow gloves when it's raining out. And for a little warm weather type gear, I have some merino wool base layers. I think these are like mid-grade. I use these on the Appalachian Trail. And as I said, I'm carrying a lot of my old hiking gear, and these are super warm. I use them for sleeping if I need to. So along with my puffy, if I really get cold, I'll be all set. I also got a pair of Wrangler pants, lightweight pants. They're breathable, they dry quick. I use these for hiking. I'm going to wear these to the airport and on the flight. I was debating whether to get some disposable pants from like a Goodwill and just chuck them after. But I'll probably keep these with me for if we're staying somewhere, if it's cold, or they don't take up a whole lot of space. So I will probably keep these with me. This right here is some gear tape. It's just for tent repair if I get any holes I need to patch, anything leaking. I wanted to make sure I had that in my toolkit. Alright, here's some of the clothing I will be bringing. Starting with, these are padded undershorts. I've been training without wearing pads, so I'm going to see if I can do the ride without pads. I just really don't want to have to wear them if I don't have to. So here's my riding shorts. I don't like cycling shorts per se, so just got a pair of Adidas, very lightweight, very wicking, and I can use them with that. And this is just a regular pair of Under Armour shorts for at night at camp. 2 pair of Darn Tough wool socks. That's all I wear is Darn Tough wool socks, lifetime warranty. These are all replacements from that warranty. And 2 pair of boxer briefs. They're soft, breathable. That's my cycling jersey. It is breathable, has some reflective tabs on it, pockets. Only downside, it does not have a hood. But this was like, just like going through rain gear on Amazon, looking at the reviews. This was pretty good reviewed. Already used it, so works pretty well. Now, I may add this to my things to wear. This is a recently purchased Appalachian Trail hoodie, long sleeve t-shirt, moisture wicking. So because it has the hoodie, I may bring that as a secondary riding shirt. Now, I'm probably not going to do any short sleeve riding, only because the long sleeve shirts help keep the heat off you, believe it or not. However, I did order a breathable short sleeve shirt. Can you see the theme going on there? Which I will wear at night and or, you know, days off or whatever. I can wear either of these shirts, but this is moisture wicking and it's visible, so I could wear this riding during the day if I wanted to. Now, here's something I may or may not bring. What do you think? It is America's 250th, right? This is given to me a family member in Oklahoma. So I could wear that part of my trip. What do you think? So here's an item. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring these, and you tell me in the comments if you think I should wear these. These were actually given to me when we moved away from Florida back to New Hampshire from friends of ours. So it could go well with everything. What do you think? Should I or shouldn't I wear them? So I'm also taking my Appalachian Trail buff. So I can use that for neck protection. I probably wear it just around my neck. Keep the heat off. It can be used for anything else, you know, a rag. Super small. I actually had one that was given to me from Outdoor 76. This is in Franklin, North Carolina, the 110-mile mark. They give them out to hikers, and I took mine on my long trail hike last year and left it behind and went on the local Facebook pages and nobody found it. So I contacted them and they sent me one again for free. So if you're in Franklin, North Carolina hiking, check these people out. Alright guys, I think that pretty much wraps it up as far as my gear video. Like I said, I've been trying to get this done for a while now, but everything gets put off. I'm still waiting for another flag to come in. Aside from that, getting a sewing kit together, I think I get everything there I need. Besides food and stuff, that's a whole totally different thing. But if you think I'm missing something, let me know in the comments. Other than that, you know, all you do to like, subscribe, and all that nonsense, and we'll see you on the next video. Coming soon.